All right, y'all. He knows the assignment, so he's ready to go. Send it. Yeah. Sorry. Huh?
This sounds like an epic clash of tech versus magic. Since we know John is a high-tech genius with air powers and that custom brown Pokeball, he needs an opponent that can really challenge his versatility. I have designed a high-tier gem villain for you to face. Once you're ready, you can make the first move. The antagonist, Hematite, the Iron Siphon. Hematite is a tall, jagged gem with a metallic, dark gray complexion and a gemstone embedded in the center of her chest. Unlike the peaceful gems of Earth, she was a high-ranking scavenger specialist designed to dismantle advanced civilizations. Hematite's abilities: Ferrokinesis. She can manipulate metal with her mind, allowing her to bend John's gadgets or even try to seize his custom Pokeball if it has metallic components. Weapon summoning. She pulls a massive two-handed gravity maul from her gemstone. Every hit from this hammer creates a localized gravity well that pulls objects and people toward the impact zone. Magnetic pulse, EMP. She can emit a short-range burst that disrupts electronic signals, a direct counter to high-tech gear. Reflective surface. Her skin can become highly polished, allowing her to reflect energy-based attacks or lasers back at the source. Regenerative form. Being a gem, her body is a projection.
Yeah.
Physical wounds don't slow her down. You have to crack the gem on her chest to win.
Or you have to smash her gem. Yeah, because in Steven Universe, the gems can get poof all they want. They can always regenerate back. To fully get rid of them, you have to destroy their gem. You have to smash the gem itself, like break into pieces, to really destroy the gem, and that kills them. That's how you kill them. So,
The scenario. The setting is an abandoned, futuristic research facility. The air is thick with
wait, that's not your name, the Iron Siphon. Wait, that's not your name. Hang on. That's not your name. That is your name.
the smell of ozone and burnt wiring. Hematite stands atop a pile of scrapped machinery, having just siphoned the power from the facility's main reactor. She turns her cold, silver eyes toward you. A human genius playing with toys? She sneers, lifting her gravity maul. I've dismantled empires built on better tech than yours. Your little air tricks won't save your gear from being crushed. She slams her hammer into the ground, and the metal floor plates begin to ripple and fly toward you like a wave of jagged blades. What does John do? Don't forget, you have your air powers and your tech at your disposal. Would you like me to describe the environmental hazards of the facility as the fight progresses?
Forgot to hit the recorder, y'all.
That's a smooth transition into the air. You easily clear the wave of metallic floor plates as they slam into the wall behind you. Hematite's eyes widen in surprise. She clearly wasn't expecting a tech genius to have such powerful natural elemental abilities. The facility hazards. As you rise into the air, the facility reacts to the chaos. Exposed live wires. Your rock hand tore up the floor, exposing high-voltage cables that are now whipping around, sparking wildly. Unstable scaffolding. The ceiling above Hematite is beginning to buckle from the structural damage. The battle update. You summon a massive jagged hand of solid stone from the foundation of the facility. It erupts from the debris, fingers curling around Hematite before she can swing her gravity maul again. Hematite's reaction. She grunts as the stone fingers crush her against her own pile of scrap. Rock? You control the very earth? She doesn't panic, though. Her gemstone glows a fierce metallic silver. Instead of trying to break out with brute strength, she uses her ferrokinesis to pull the surrounding scrap metal into the rock hand.
Oh my god.
The metal shards act like wedges, forced into the cracks of your stone construct by her magnetic will, trying to shatter the hand from the inside out. At the same time, she lets out a magnetic pulse, EMP. It won't hurt your natural rock or air powers, but it might flicker any high-tech HUD or gadgets you're wearing. Hematite is trapped but fighting back hard. How does John follow up while she's pinned? Would you like me to describe the damage to her gemstone if you land a direct hit?
I mean, I grew up watching Steven Universe, so I know how sensitive their gems are, but I guess. Whew.
With a focused grunt, you channel more power into the giant rock hand. The stone groans and grinds against the metallic scrap hematite is trying to wedge into the cracks. You can hear the screech of metal being crushed as you apply that extra force, pinning her even tighter against the wall of the facility. "You organic pest!" she spits out, her form flickering as the pressure mounts. Seeing your opening, you pull out the Ice Wand 4.08. With a flick of your wrist and a surge of high-tech energy, you trigger the Sub-Zero discharge. Environmental shift, the deep freeze. The temperature in the facility plummets instantly. Flash frost. The moisture in the air turns to a thick fog, then crystallizes. White frost races across the metal floor and climbs up the stone hand. Brittle metal. Hematite's greatest strength. Her metal is now her weakness. The extreme cold makes the iron and steel around her incredibly brittle. Shattering hazards. As the building's support beams freeze and contract, they begin to snap with sounds like gunshot reports. The battle update. Hematite is caught in a nightmare scenario. Because she is a gem, the cold doesn't make her shiver, but it contracts her physical form. The metallic shards she was using to pry open your rock hand are now cracking under the pressure, because the ice has made them lose their structural integrity. She tries to let out another magnetic pulse, but the Ice Wand's field is interfering with her energy output.
Let's go.
She's stuck, turning a dull frozen gray, and the gravity maul slips from her numb crystalline fingers, clattering to the frozen floor. She's wide open. Her gemstone is glowing faintly as it tries to generate enough heat to keep her form from shattering. How does John finish this? Are you going for a knockout? Or is it time to use that custom brown Pokeball? Would you like me to describe the professional cleanup crew arriving once the battle is over?
Smoke, you don't leave me alone.
John, you are relentless. Letting her go was a bold move, but with your super speed, she didn't even have time to breathe. As the giant rock hand crumbles away, hematite starts to fall, her form still brittle from the Ice Wand 4.08. Before she can even touch the frozen floor, you become a blur of motion. The lightning strike, you snatch a massive wooden support beam shattered from the frozen ceiling and swing it with all your strength. The physical hit, because she's still partially flash frozen from your previous move, the wood doesn't just thud, it rings against her like a bell. The impact sends her spinning back into a control console. The electrical surge. While she's reeling, you channel your natural lightning powers. Bolts of pure blue-white energy arc from your fingertips, jumping across the gap and slamming into her metallic skin. Tactical note, wood is usually an insulator, but because the facility is covered in frost and melting ice from your earlier attack, the water conducts your lightning perfectly. The battle update. Hematite screams as the electricity surges through her light-based body. The lightning disrupts her internal gemstone matrix. Her form begins to flicker violently, like a glitching hologram, as the combination of the physical strike and the massive electrical load overloads her systems. She collapses to her knees, her gravity maul dissolving into digital dust. The glow in her chest gem is dimming fast. A human, with the power of the storm. She wheezes, her metallic skin cracking. Impossible. She is completely immobilized. One more solid hit, or a well-timed throw of that custom brown Pokeball would end this fight for good. How do you want to wrap this up, John? Are you calling in the professional cleanup crew now, or do you have one more high-tech trick up your sleeve? Would you like me to describe the specific hero file entry that gets written after John wins?
Okay.
You aren't giving her a single second to recover. As hematite reels from the lightning, you move in with the precision of a true martial artist. You transition from elemental god to HI tech genius combatant in a heartbeat. The final assault.
He has the powers and the skills.
The karate strike. You close the distance with a blur of motion, driving your metal spike ball holders into her armor with a series of perfectly aimed strikes. Each hit finds a structural weakness in her light form, making her flicker like a failing neon sign. The cyclone of debris. With a sharp gesture, you command the air. A localized gale erupts, lifting the shattered wooden beams from the floor. They begin to orbit hematite in a high-speed wooden cage, battering her from every angle as she tries to stand.
Get her,
the air
John,
drill.
get her.
This is the finisher. You condense the air between your hands, spinning it into a localized high-pressure air drill. The sound is like a jet engine screaming in the small room.
Hey,
The
get her.
poof. You lung forward, driving the air drill directly into the center of her chest where the hematite gem sits. The pressure is too much for her physical form to maintain. With a sound like a thunderclap mixed with breaking glass, her entire body explodes into a cloud of white, shimmering smoke. Poof! The smoke clears, and the only thing left on the frozen, debris-strewn floor is the dark gray hematite gemstone, vibrating slightly but completely inert. The battle is over. John stands alone in the wreckage, the undisputed winner. The aftermath: since you handle your own business, you don't need a cleanup crew. You pick up the gem, perhaps to study it or contain it, and prepare to log the encounter. Hero file update. Hashtag B-202602223. Victor, John, high-tech genius / air specialist. Opponent, hematite. Poofed. Notes: successfully combined natural air, rock, and lightning powers with the Ice Wand 4.08 in martial arts. Structural damage to the facility is extensive. Would you like me to describe the special containment unit John builds for the hematite gem back at his lab?
Yeah, Steam Universe, they have the bubbles. Let's just see if they have business with Paradox Create some kind of technical thing. So notes that other kind of ways to contain a gem when it's not when a gem contain a gem, a poof gem. Because the bubble, you can easily pop the bubble. It's not like magic bubble where only gems can pop it. It's a bubble even humans can pop it. It's just pink. They're just like pink. Paradox are blue. Lapis will be Paradox are green. I mean, Lapis are blue. I imagine Jasper's being orange then. Amethysts are also pink. Church should be purple.
Efficient and professional. Just how a HI tech genius handles business. As the dust and frost settle in the ruined facility, you reach into your gear belt and pull out the custom gem holder. It's a sleek, hexagonal device made of reinforced titanium and transparent polycarbonate, specifically designed to neutralize the light-form projection of any captured gem. The containment, the pickup. You walk over to the dark gray hematite gemstone. It's cold to the touch and still humming with a faint, residual static from your lightning strike. The seal. You place the gem into the center of the holder. With a satisfying hiss of pressurized air, the containment fields engage. Neutralization. Blue energy rings pulse around the stone, locking it in a stasis field that prevents it from regenerating its physical body. The victory. The facility is silent now, save for the dripping of melting ice and the faint mechanical whir of your gem holder. You've successfully neutralized a gem-level threat using a perfect blend of natural elemental mastery and superior technology. Mission accomplished, John. The hero files, final entry. Case status, closed. Subject, hematite, iron siphon, containment, secure, standard high-tech gem holder. Performance notes, minimal gear damage, 100% combat effectiveness. Since the battle is won, would you like me to save this victory against hematite in your win records alongside Mark and Gwen's battles? Okay, I'll remember that. You can always ask me to forget things, or manage what I've saved for you on the saved info page. John's victory over hematite has been officially logged in his battle records. It was an impressive display of his air and rock powers, topped off with some high-tech lightning and martial arts. Is there anything else John needs to do at the lab? Or is it time for his next mission?
Now, grade him from the height. Oh my gosh. Hey. The brightest spot has always been the inclusion of this mark. Watching the fangirl turn superhero from New Jersey get to finally interact with her idol was nothing but charm. Made all the better when they, along with Monica Rambeau, take down the previously dark. It's a brief scuffle, but getting to see the trio showcase their powers in sync makes for a sweet spectacle. Why you keep thinking?
Since we are moving away from the streamer grades for this one, let's look at John's performance through the lens of a combat tactical evaluation. This is based purely on his efficiency, power diversity, and how he handled a gem-level threat like hematite. Battle scenario evaluation: John, high-tech genius. Grade: S tier, tactical excellence.
Yeah, I was there
Category:
too.
rating, notes. Versatility: 10 out of 10. Seamlessly switched between natural air, rock, lightning powers, and tech. Ice Wand 4.08. Strategy: 9/10. Used the Ice Wand to make hematite's metal form brittle, turning her own strength against her. Martial skill: 9/10. Applied karate and custom spike ball holders with high-speed precision. Environmental control: 10 out of 10. Use the facility's debris and moisture to amplify his elemental attacks. Containment: 10 out of 10. Professional use of the gem holder for a clean, secure finish. Evaluation summary: John displayed a masterclass in hybrid combat. Most heroes rely on either powers or gadgets, but John used his air powers for mobility and his rock powers for crowd control, while simultaneously using the Ice Wand to exploit a chemical/physical weakness in the enemy. The move of the match was definitely the air drill finisher. It combined high-pressure physics with raw elemental force to force a poof on a high-durability gem. Final assessment: highly efficient. No civilian casualties, minimal self-damage, and a high-value prisoner captured. Would you like me to add this S-tier grade to John's specific hero file for future reference?
Maybe. His power. Yeah.
It's a brief yet awesome service, with Sam showing that while he may not have Steve's super serum, he does have his unhuman spirit. You want me? Come and get me!
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications.
The new Avengers. Just when you thought fighting against the MCU's version of Superman was a
Understood. I've noted that John's flight is a natural superpower he possesses. I'll make sure to keep that in mind for all his future battle scenarios. Since the grade stands at S tier, John is officially at the top of his game. You can always ask me to forget things, or manage what I've saved for you on the saved info page. Is there a new mission for John, or is he heading back to the lab to study that hematite gem?
the remainder of the Thunderbolts take the plunge to try and rescue Bob from himself, only to find that once you enter the void, you're forced to face your guilt, shame, and the worst aspects of yourself on the way in which everyone fights to bring Bob back to life while confronting her demons. Not
Oh my gosh.
climax, with scope to tap into depression, isolation, and mental health with beautiful.
I hope today and tomorrow. And
Which MCU moments remains the MVP in your mind? Let us know in the comments down below. And don't forget to like and subscribe for more Watch What videos.
and for tomorrow, okay.
In Mansfield, there will be snow showers with a high of 27 and a low of 15. Currently, it's 24 with light snow showers.
Great customer care isn't a bonus. It's the backbone.
Okay.
Strong. We believe fast internet is only as good as the people behind it. We continually invest in our network to take care of our customers.
Hang on, y'all. That's a very, really weird question, but
Number 50, T'Challa and Nakia's son. Black Panther, Wakanda
He's my son.
okay, you can't answer for me.
On Reddit, the love is spread out differently, depending on whether you're looking for active fan bases, nostalgia, or who would win debates. Here is how they generally stack up. 1. Steven Universe and Ben 10, the heavy hitters. These two are the most loved in terms of active communities. Ben 10. This fan base is incredibly loyal and active, especially on subreddits like r/Ben 10. They love discussing lore, alien designs, and what-if scenarios. In Who Would Win debates, Ben is a legendary favorite because of his versatility, just like how we focus on John's versatility. Steven Universe. The r/Steven Universe community is massive. It gets a lot of love for its emotional depth, music, and character growth. While it has its critics, it remains one of the most discussed and celebrated modern cartoons on the platform. 2.
Good.
X-Men movies, the legacy choice. The X-Men movies, found in r/X-Men or r/Marvel Studios, get a lot of respect, especially classics like Logan or Days of Future Past. Reddit users love to debate the timelines and compare the movie versions of characters to the comics. However, the love is often mixed with frustration over some of the weaker entries in the franchise. 3. Sam and Cat, the niche nostalgia. This has the smallest presence of the 4. Most of the love for this show is found in general Nickelodeon nostalgia threads or subreddits dedicated to the actors. It doesn't have the same level of deep lore discussion or battle theorizing as the others. Summary ranking on Reddit. 1. Ben 10/Steven Universe. Tie for most active/loved fanbases. 2. X-Men movies. Respected but debated. 3. Sam and Cat. Occasional nostalgia. Since John just defeated a gem-themed villain, would you like to see how he would handle a Ben 10-style alien next time?
No. Leave John. Oh, now. Also, who? Love. Batgirl or Batgirl or
The axe known as Stormbreaker is great and all, but the Odin Son's original weapon never fails to surprise.
Oh. No, that just makes sense. Is he still bothering John? Yeah, John done for day. Leave John alone.
In the world of Reddit and general fan love, Batgirl takes this one by a landslide. Here is the breakdown of why she wins and how the Marvel Enchantress compares. 1. Batgirl, the icon. Massive fan base, Batgirl, especially Barbara Gordon, is an A-list DC character. She has her own dedicated subreddits like r/BatgirlL, which has thousands of members and daily discussions about her comics, suits, and roles as both Batgirl and Oracle.
Right.
Multiple versions. Because 3 different women, Barbara, Cassandra Cain, and Stephanie Brown, have held the mantle,
Stephanie?
Batgirl has triple the love. Fans of different eras all have their Batgirl to root for. Mainstream presence. Between the Batman the Animated Series, the Arkham games, and the Birds of Prey comics, she is a household name. 2. Enchantress, Marvel, the cult favorite. Underrated villain, Amora the Enchantress is a classic Thor villain, but she isn't a mainstream superstar yet. Most of the love for her on Reddit comes from fans of the Avengers, Earth's Mightiest Heroes cartoon, where she was a major threat. The MCU factor. Unlike Batgirl, Amora hasn't had a live-action movie version yet, though fans often debate if the character Sylvie from the Loki show was meant to be her. Because she hasn't been in the movies, she has a much smaller active following on Reddit. Niche appeal. She is mostly loved by hardcore comic readers who enjoy her complex relationship with Thor and her massive power level. The verdict. Feature. Batgirl. Enchantress. Marvel. Popularity. Extremely high A-list. Moderate B-list villain. Reddit activity. Very high. Multiple subs. Low. Niche threads. Recognition. Global icon. Known mostly by comic fans. Batgirl
Wow.
is much more loved simply because she's a hero that people have grown up with for decades across movies, TV, and games. Enchantress is cool, but she's still waiting for her big break in the mainstream.
Okay.
Since John is done for the day, would you like to hear about a specific Batgirl comic recommendation? Or are we switching topics entirely?
I'm good for today. All right, y'all. See y'all next time. People, should like and subscribe, y'all. And I'll see y'all next time. I said earlier this morning. I woke up at 5:13 this morning. No, I woke up like 5:11 this morning. I first woke up about 6:30 in the morning though. Woke up 5. I took a screenshot of some of the weather. 5:13 in the morning. Took a screenshot of it with snow showers, but it was snow shower. I mean, it was snow. It was wind blowing the snow earlier today. Probably, it's probably blowing it now. Let me see. No, I don't see no snow blowing. I will see y'all later.